everybody, but we are back live, so let me go ahead and flip the camera and let's get the painting here. So and it just doesn't seem like the pinch works. All right, let's see if I can. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, so I don't know why that happened, but anyways, let's see here. Oh, this mobile, come on. All right, I got everything running now. So I got a new setup, and we're gonna do a upside. I'm gonna start the painting upside down. So just to kind of give you guys a little bit heads up. I'm just gonna send the picture. So probably not a lot of people on after they're watching the game, as I can imagine. So as far as if you are a 49ers fan. Let's see here. There we go, done. All right. Let's see how this one goes. This ought to be interesting. And there, okay. So I've had a lot of work since the last time I streamed, and of course a lot of challenges as well. I won't even begin to go into that. That was ridiculous. I had a lot of how would you say? I had a lot of garage stuff to do and maintenance on the garage, so that took up a ridiculous amount of time. But we're gonna get a start on this, and I'm just gonna start with some basic tones here. So I'm gonna paint this upside down, and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna put some colors in here. So hope everybody's doing good tonight. And let's see here. Let's hear what else is new in painting land. Nothing much is going on in painting land, except for just getting the studio ready. I've got more work to do on it. But I'm looking forward to getting it all done. Just take some time to get it done. Like everything else, it just takes time. So let's put some orange on here. I'll probably have to make this a video as usual. This is a sped up time-lapse video. Well, let's get some colors down here so I can get rocking and rolling. Alizarin Crimson. And let's see here. I'm gonna talk about my process while I'm today. I've done some paintings that were upside down. I thought that was a really good place to start with. Just like start with a blank canvas, tone it, and then we're gonna, from toning the canvas, then I'm going to then build it in. And this is gonna be upside down, so I know this is gonna seem strange, but I wanted to put myself up to a challenge. And sometimes it's a good way when you've got complex scene on this, and so I thought this would be good to do and fun. So I've been, busy all day working in the studio trying to get things just fixed and whatnot and get things set up. So we shall begin here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a big brush and we're going to tone the canvas. So that's the absolute first thing we're going to do here is tone the canvas. So I'm going to take a little bit of Alizarin Crimson here. I'm going to smudge it in like this. And we're just going to, I'm just going to tone the canvas right off the bat on this, and then so there we go. We're just going to tone the canvas, and then take this here and just give it a good wash. It doesn't have to be heavy either, but just a little bit of a wash here. Maybe add a little bit more. And let's see how it goes. All right. A little bit over here. So some people like to tone their canvas in advance. That's fine. I don't, and that's just how I am. Yeah, I just don't bother with it. So we're just going to wipe this away, and there. And I'm going to set that brush down real quick, and I'm going to grab my other paper towels over here, and there we go. So I finally got it set up to where I can actually paint and get some water. All right, so let's begin with this. We're going to paint upside down, and just mark in some areas. So I'm going to mark in some areas here. I'll go darker, but right now I'm just trying to get some general basic shapes, and that's kind of one of the reasons I like to paint upside down sometimes. It's because then you really start to look for basic shapes. And I know that this worked really well for me when I did a study for my last year's spring painting class, and I was really happy with the results. And I'd done a similar painting right side up, and I was like, wow, this actually came out better upside down, which just really kind of goes to show that, you know, painting upside down kind of helps you see shapes in a form where you're not, how would you say, you're not under the impression of like, I know what this is, let me paint it, and your imagination gets in the way of that, which is kind of a problem. So, well, still trying to figure out why the YouTube thing is. I've had some software issues, but we'll not worry about that. I'm live now and everything's set up the right way, so that's all that matters. Besides, it's just painting. So, all right. And I'm going to make adjustments here, and let's see here, and here, and I'm going to probably sketch up just a little bit here. There. Yeah, that works. And I'm doing another painting that I've actually painted before, so if you recognize this upside down, good for you. If you don't, that's okay. But today is really just about me just trying to block in, get some shapes down, get things going, so to speak. And see where we can go with that. So, if you're just joining, painting upside down, and yeah. That'll be cool. I hate the fact that I just basically had to throw away all the prep work because of this horizontal thing to get everybody on. So I probably lost everybody. Is like, so, well, they can figure it out. It's okay. All right. So we're just gonna mass shapes in. Even upside down, sometimes I find I have to struggle just to get, struggle from, how do you say, painting what I think I know. And that's kind of one of the superpowers, if you will. Some people call them superpowers. I guess superpowers of painting upside down. It's you kind of have to throw out what you think you know. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. I'm up to the challenge to find out if this is going to work for me well or not. So, either way, I think overall it'll be a good start. So, all right, let's see here. What's next? Well, let's go ahead and put in some areas here that I wasn't familiar with. Yeah. Now, near the end, I'll try and write this right side up, but we'll see how it goes. So, okay. So, almost wonder if I should put the microphone closer to the canvas so you can hear all the brush strokes. I don't know how well you guys can hear it. But. All right, and we are gonna make a judgment here. We're gonna put this line here. Yeah, that's about right. There. Okay, here, here. All right. So let's figure out then where I'm at here. Let's go ahead and put some darks in here. So now I'm going to just start massing in some areas. Hope they'll work out. Once again, I'm still thinking of simple shapes. I want to bring this down a little bit. Let's go here. There, that's what I want. Yeah. Cut in here. Everything so far, I think everything's working out pretty good, but that's when you're upside down. You really don't know. You really don't know if it's going to work out, so we'll see. Could be a complete train wreck. I think I'll have a little bit of light coming out of this, though, this area. It isn't in the photo, but one of the previous ones that I did worked out. So we'll see. Maybe a little bit of light. And that sign there. So, and I'll probably employ my brayer here soon. Just to kind of help block in some areas. So I like to use my brayer when I can. All right, let's go with a little bit. I want a little bit more browner tone here. We'll mix in a little bit of yellow ochre. And let's start blending in a little bit here. Yep. And just see if we can get some interesting things going on here. Sometimes you have to simplify first before you can get to the details. So just once again, I'm just blocking in and go from there. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, we're gonna and some shapes here. That's the thing about it, is I'm going to be carving these out as time goes on here. We'll start carving the shapes a little bit more, but we'll go with it as much as we can. So all right, let's see here. I want a little bit more lighter tones, but I'm going to like yellow ochre, and I'm just going to put it in here. I might make it more red, but we'll see. I'm just going to put some dark areas in here, cover this up, and maybe even then go over it in certain areas with more yellow ochre or some gray value. All right, let's see here, and then it's there. All right, interesting. We're going to run the line there just so we can make sure that we got a good line here. And let's go ahead and use a brayer at this point and make some use out of it. This helps. How would you just say cover the canvas? Get some of those reds to blend in a little bit so that that alizarin crimson doesn't dominate too much. This also keeps white spots peering up. So another reason why to tone the canvas, so to speak. All right. All right, let's see what we can do from here. I'm just gonna set that down in case I need to use it some more. Okay, so all right, I want to get a little bit of grays in here, so we're gonna run a little bit of grays. Use some white, some turquoise. A little more. More here. And I'm going to go back and add some darker areas. So I was hoping that by having the palette over here that you guys really get to see how I mix. So that's kind of one of the things I'm hoping to get as I do more of these, so you guys get to see how I'm mixing these areas. So a little backstory about the studio. I had to really redesign my studio because I've had some plantar fasciitis, and I love to stand when I paint, but standing for hours on end, whether doing plein air or studio work, was just getting to be too much for me. And I needed a place to sit, and the way I currently had, I mean not currently, but previously had before the holiday, I had to create or devise a new layout. And so I had this giant table that you see behind the board here. That was my uncle's drafting table he left for me when he passed, and luckily I kept all the parts, and because I realized, I said I need to put it back together, because I did have it mounted onto a tool, kind of like one of those rolling tool carts. I had it mounted on top, which was a great desktop surface to work on, but then I just realized, I said I need this more. So that's why I kind of had to tear things apart a little bit and just kind of get things back. And it also meant that my garage needed some electrical work, so it just really kind of culminated into a lot of this needs to be done, that needs to be done, and it really it was a little bit stressful over the holidays to get it all done, but it did. And so I'm glad that it's over with. And now that I've got a functional studio, I'm still not done yet, and I'll give you guys a full tour the next video, hopefully. Give you guys a full tour. But we're gonna mask in here, and I don't know a little miffed about that poor start to this video. I really tried to make sure that everything was good, but how do you say? Things happen. Out of your control, so to speak. Alright. So once I feel like I've got a good understanding of the shapes and relationships here, I'll flip it over, but for right now we're going to continue rolling with this being upside down and just me trying to mask the shapes in as best as possible and simplify. And that's a kind of a key thing, you know, when you got this complex setup with the this street scene. If you haven't figured out, it is a street scene. It's a night scene. It's somewhat complex. So we will work on getting that all settled here. No, I don't want to do that yet. Still trying to make educated decisions about what I should do here and what I should do there. You know, not change things up here a little bit. So let's see here. I think that will work here. Oh, I want it. Yeah, there we go. Probably make it a little bit more redder, but right now let's add a little bit of orange. Because I don't like that coolness. I want that street view. So I'm trying to imagine in my head what some of these undertones are doing. When I initially painted this scene, they had those old orange lights, and then when I came back years later, it was those cool bright lights, which are great if you're trying to do plein air painting, because then you don't have that warm cast to kind of like mess with your colors, but at the same time it really takes the mood out of some of these shots, which by the way is somewhat of a Debbie Downer to deal with. You know what I mean? Is that it's a great place to paint, but now it's not so great to it's not so great as far as mood wise. The mood's gone. All right, so start adding in some orange in here and start just trying to build in areas. A little yellow ochre, a little orange, and try to see how this comes. This will be interesting. I'm kind of curious to see how all this is all going to play out here. It's either going to be really cool, or maybe not so cool, but I'm willing to take the risk just to see here. Throw a little bit of white in there. Yeah, there we go. Let's try that. You can always carve it back out if I need to when I flip it over if it's not jiving. So, all right. So, yeah, let's run that. No, it's got to go over here. So let's run that there. Okay, then I'll go a little bit darker here. A lot of calculations in my head here about what to do. Let's see what else we can do here. I'm gonna make that street. No, we'll add a little bit of white here and try and build out some tones. I want a little bit of orange in there. There we go. We'll put this here. And then try to add a little bit of brown. And a little bit of blue, that turquoise blue. We're just gonna put that in there. Probably should work on the sign a little bit. Let's add a little bit of alizarin crimson. To the mix again. There we go. And there we go. Let's add that. And let's go ahead and put there. I think that's gonna work. Let's see here. Go darker. Let's get some dark tones in here and see if I can there. Make sure I'm following the lines that I initially wanted to go with here. There. We'll do the same thing here. I'm just really trying to put some splotches in and get this as much as I can. There's a little bit of a orange sign. It needs to be darker in value, but at least we'll figure it out for a little bit. Underneath there. There. Excuse me. Pull that up a little bit higher. Okay. Let's grab lights here. Let's pull. I want an orange in there. I want to be careful about putting the white in there. More orange, more red. There. Let's try that. That's a little bit better. Okay. I don't know what to think about this part here. Let's darken it up a little bit. I think it's just too bright. We'll figure it out later. I can always scrape away. So I'm going to try and get as much of this blocked in with this big fat brush as I can, so that I can feel like I'm just, making a lot of good progress. Is my hope, this to block it into. Then when it comes to doing the details, everything is in places where it should be. It's kind of tough painting upside down, so you're not sure. There's a lot of things to think about, is this working? Is that working? We'll see. We don't know. We do not know. I know there's a stairwell there too. So let's put that there. We can at least mark it in, and then we can figure it out later if it's going to work or not. Like I said, my goal today or tonight I should say, is to really just kind of block things in so that we can, you know, determine whether there's some, you know, shape to this that we can then flesh out. And that's kind of where we'll do that. All right, so let's put that there. We're going to go here, darker. Here. Yeah, that works. And then we'll just go here. Mark some areas here. So, yeah, there. I can always knock it out if I need to, but just try to loosen up some. That's another thing, of one of the reasons I wanted to paint upside down was because I want this to I want this to be able to feel loose and not overworked. So that's part 2 of why this is what it is. Too much white. Let's go back. Let's throw a little bit of yellow. I haven't gone into yellow yet. Let's throw in a little bit of yellow there. Just can always pull it out. And let's see what else we can do. We could probably put some here. And let's see here. Let's pop in some stuff here. Let's see if we can make it a little bit cooler. Throw a little bit of yellow, turquoise blue, white. There we go. That's about the tone I want from here. We'll figure out the rest. Let's put that there. A little bit of some here, and all right, we'll put a little bit of there's a sign that's going to be right about here, so we'll put that here. Yeah, there we go. And let's see here. I like the street, but it needs to be a little bit warmer. Let's throw some orange in it. Yeah, there we go. Put a little bit of, yeah, we'll see if we can get that to go in there. We'll see. Maybe I need to trim up a little bit here, but and then maybe a little bit here. Oh, there. Let's see about that works. A little light there. Yeah, it'd be interesting. Interesting indeed. So I'm gonna throw a little bit of up here. And there. I can always knock it back if I need to. And we're going to put a little bit of stuff scumble in here for right now. I'm going to sharpen that line a little bit on the horizon. Let's sharpen that line there. just a little bit. Yeah. And we'll maybe scuff it up a little bit. And I'll wipe away some paint. Let's see if we can put in the crosswalk signs a little bit. Yeah, that might be the right color. This is weird doing it upside down, I'll tell you that. It certainly is. It feels that way. Maybe it'll work out. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, is that I'll get something that I wouldn't be able to paint if I painted it right side up. Which is strange but true. I'll see her here. Sometimes you get... Yeah, I don't know. I may need to use my head for the my brush to be able to see upside down. I don't know if I'm going to get that, but we'll just see here. And then I'll just go back in here and darken it up a little bit. Oh, let's go and get some of that orange, a little bit of red. Let's mix it back up. Going a little darker there. We'll see. I also want to add up just a little bit of red here. I'm trying to look for areas where I can spot this out that maybe makes it work a little bit. It's not quite right, but it's getting there. And of course, I may have to go and retweak everything, but I'm willing to take the chance. Let's see what happens. You have to flip this over and do some major surgery. Maybe. Maybe. A little bit of orange right there. Yeah. And then let's see if we can figure out these lights, at least positions. Maybe that'll also help me problem solve a little bit to where some of this black needs to go, because that tail end, I think I am off. Yeah, I think I am off. So let's go fix that. So go ahead and put in a little bit of alizarin crimson. There. I don't think that's quite right, but we'll work on it. It's by no means over. Let's see here if that'll help. I need some more brown in there, of course. You know, a little bit of white stripes, some glows. I'm not sure where to go with this. Maybe it should be red. Yeah, we'll leave it red. Like I said, I can always fix it later when I flip it upside down. I mean, right side up, not upside down, right side up. And we can figure it out whether it's going to work or not. Who knows? This is part of the challenge. So let's go with a little bit of red in here and orange. We're going to knock this in. I don't want this to be too powerful though, because this sign is right over here is going to be the most powerful part that I want. So we'll see how it goes. There we go. Okay. And we'll make that a little bit more red too. All right, so I feel like I'm making pretty good time. Maybe we'll see. I feel like I'm doing okay as far as time goes. I mean, honestly, I would say a year ago, I wouldn't have been able to, I don't know, I think I was just too hung up on stuff like this to really get anything significantly done in a short amount of time. I was just too precious with my brush strokes, and yeah, that's about it, really. I was just too precious with it, and I wasn't thinking of being fast and loose, which is really kind of what I want to be. At least that's kind of what some of my goals are this year, is to really kind of just loosen up, have some fun, make this look like a painting, make these look like really fun, loose paintings. And I've been struggling with that some, so I figured I would kind of take it upon myself to really push myself, and probably also try plein air painting as well on this. So if I can figure out, as the weather gets warmer, to do a little bit more work, then yeah, it'll be cool. So also, just to let you guys know, I had a late start. And I've been feeling my best this evening, but I didn't want to give up, so that's why I'm a little frazzled. So I'm going to take just a 30-second break here. I'm going to pause. Not pause the video, I'm just going to pause here if I can figure out how to mute the microphone. Yeah, I'm going to mute the microphone. I'm going to take a break and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So thanks for waiting. So I wish I could say I was that much of a fan of the 49ers that I had to go see where they were at, but they're still behind. So yeah, they're still behind. But yeah, so let's see what we can do here and make some damage. I needed some more blue here, so let's get this in here And I'm gonna add some on this blue. I keep calling it turquoise. It's basically phthalo. Oh, I got it taped up so I can't even read it, but you know, let me just take it out so I can read it a little bit. Let's see here. It says it is phthalo. Yeah, I want to say it's like a phthalo turquoise. Memory serves me right. But I started basically taping these because when I was putting them in my bag, that these corners are pretty sharp and they would puncture the tube, and the next thing I got paint coming out. So I put duct tape in there, and as far as a way to prevent that from happening. So yeah, let's add a little bit more blue in here because I want it to be. I may add more green to it, but right now we'll just stick with what we got. And try and touch this up a little bit. We're gonna bring this out here. There. I think that's a little bit better. We'll see. And there's a little bit of yeah, that works right there. So just trying to see where I can improve, make some marks, get some things that really stand out. And at some point we're gonna flip it over and we'll see how it goes. I don't like that gray though. I really don't. I want it to be, it needs to be more orange. That's where it really needs to be. I want to make this more orange or gray or something. I mean, orange or something. It's just that gray. Sometimes you got to make decisions and say, you know, this is really what I was looking for. And I think really, I think the sign changed when I think either the awning changed colors or how would you say, something happened that just changed the makeup of it, that color, because I'm going a little bit by memory here. All right, let's see here, and then we want to kind of, we're just going to hint some things here to kind of give it that. There's a pole that runs here. Like, I think the cop car comes out more. Well, if you haven't figured out it's a cop car, sorry, blew it for you. Yeah, it's a cop car. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that this comes out further, so we're just going to make that come out. Let's get a more blue in there and there. And then we'll just push that over here. You know, and then this gets out like that. That's the fun thing about this, is like upside down, you're not sure what is up, what's going on, if things are working or not. And so yeah, that's the fun part. Whether is this going to work, or am I just creating a whole mess? We don't know. I don't know. And so this is kind of forcing me to fly by the seat of my pants a little bit. So I kind of like that challenge. So we'll just go ahead and put a little bit of here. There, a little bit of light there, here, and here. And I know there's a stairway that goes up. Let's put some over here. there's a stairwell that goes up like this. It's actually a little bit more here. I kind of ruined that a little bit. Let's fix that here. And then there's a part of it comes out like this. But I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to brush it in just ever so slightly here. I'll probably destroy it again once we flip it over, but at least it's something for me to guide here. All right. I really do want to put that pole in at least to figure out where I'm going with this. Let's put the pole in right about there. That works good. So put the pole there, and we'll maybe have it go off. Yeah, that'll work for me. And then a little bit here. I'm tempted to want to put a palette knife work in here, but I realize I better not. Because once I flip this over, I just may have so many changes that I want to do that I don't want to mess with it, so to speak. Let's go ahead. I want lights to be in here. I don't want this to be, how do you say? I don't want it to be dark. Because the first time I came by here, this place was hopping. So I think I'm just going to indicate a storefront in here. Yeah, I think that's really what I need to do, is just indicate some kind of storefront. I can always fix it later. Yeah, and it actually comes up a little bit, so. You know, sometimes though, that's the thing about these is that, you know, when you do these big paintings is that, and especially doing upside down, your brain is doing a lot of mathematical gymnastics, and you're not sure what's going to work and what's not, and is anything going to jive. So, all right, I think, oh yeah, I got to follow my lines down here. So I think there's this thing where I want that, yeah, across the street. There's this like little archway thing that's really kind of cool. I'll just put a little bit of touch right there. Maybe it's a little too much. Let's dull it. There. Something. And just a touch there. Yeah, I like that. Okay. There we go. A little mystery. I'm definitely not trying to write hotel down here. That's ridiculous. I mean, upside down. I don't want to do that. I want to have something fun and exciting and put challenging, but writing upside down is not one of them right now. So I'm just going to try to at least get some of the sign, at least the shape of the sign there. Let's go back here and put this in there. And let's see here if I can get some other things to jive and to work. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. All right. Here. Yeah. I mean, I've got everything blocked in. This is either going to be great or it's going to be awful when I flip this over, and then I'll spend the next, it's 9:03, yeah, so we're about right on time. We'll spend the next hour trying to fix this, so to speak. So let me go get the screwdriver, and then we're going to get the screwdriver, and we're going to then go and right side this up, and we'll see. is this any good or not? So that's where we are. So let's see if the proof is in the pudding here, whether this is going to be any good or not. Put that there. Oops, come on. Really should have gotten my magnetic screwdriver. But I think I'll make this work. All right, we'll loosen this one up. And either this is going to work great or it's going to be an abomination. But we've got all the major shapes in here. And let's see if this is going to work. And what have we got? So there we go. What do you think? You think we got something interesting? Could be interesting. I see some things I need to work on. So put this over here, but yeah, for the most part, this ought to be fun. All right, there we go. We'll put that down here. We'll go to the right side up picture because that would help. Yeah, not too bad. A little bit off though on the cop car. So we'll fix that. In fact, I'm going to use a different brush to fix that. Let's see here. What shall we use to fix said cop car? Okay, we'll use this one here. So a little bit smaller brush, but I think that we're ready for it now. So we'll make our corrections. Some things I don't think I'm far off on, but some things I definitely feel like I missed out on. So we'll, you know, not too bad, but could have been better for sure. Like here. And this could have been more rounded out here. And this up here. I want a little bit more gray down at the bottom, so let's get some here. We'll just, that was it. Probably is too much of a shadow down there. And then let's go back in, darken it up. So let's, yeah, I definitely feel like that was too much here. Just need a little bit of a shadow. And then bumper here. We can throw in a little bit of the red for the hubcap, which should be right about there. Yeah, I'll tighten that up later, but right now that's the hubcap. And then this part's actually not so bad there. Just needs a little bit more underneath the wheel because it's not there. Just, you know, there we go. So we'll tighten the shadow here. And then let's go and add a little bit of that underneath here, that light. And then here as well. And then let's figure out this here. Yeah, let's get out, add to here. maybe a little bit warmer, not so. Here we go. Yeah, it was fun. And then this is the sidewalk, so gotta come over here and get some of the orange. There we go. Feel a little bit better about that. I definitely want to fix this cop car because it's not where I wanted it. And there's some dimensions to this. It's like, planings to get it, to make it seem a little bit more rounded. So then this part rounds off more here. Yeah. That's got to be darker. So let's make it darker here. Let's get that there. That feels a little bit better. And then we've got to work on the red over here. Yeah, it kind of comes around and rounds off here. And then goes over. There. And of course we have a little bit of a oh no, that's too much. Let's fix that. It's a little bit better. Maybe not so curved. Let's try that. Okay. So let's see here. Now the pole gets darker here too, so that's interesting. So we'll bring that down. And of course there's some crosswalk signs over here. And some purple lighting, which is weird, so I'm not sure I'm going to mess with that. Yeah, I'm just going to indicate some areas of various lighting. And then we get dark here. I know I put it light there, but let's go ahead and mark this here. So we're going to go ahead and put this here and mark it tighter. Yeah, there we go. And we could probably even go further out like this. Let's go a little bit darker. Maybe throw a little bit of orange in there to just push it back. Yeah, I like that. Push that back. Okay, let's go to, I definitely feel like orange is the color to put up here. So let's put some orange here. And then, yeah, we'll leave this sign like that. There we go. Interesting. Okay, so my sign needed to go smaller here, so we need to figure that out really quick. Let's go ahead and see if we can push that down. I really underestimated that. That's some of the problems with painting upside down. You think you've got it, and you really don't. So let's fix that. And there's some things I really like about how I composed here, but there's some things that just didn't work out the way I was hoping it would. So, but that's painting for you, especially painting upside down. So, oh, we're getting blurry. Let's see here. Can we? That fix. Let's go over here. Is it, or is it me, or is it just? Let's see here. Why is it doing that? All right. Let's see here. Is it going to help? I guess it looks okay here. I'm just under my camera. I'm just paranoid. Things have not gone according to plan today at all. No, sir. All right. And we've got a little bit of a stretch there. That'll work. Okay. Now that white part, the street thing, didn't quite come out the way I wanted it, so it needs to become more here. Not it. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just go back and let's knock it out, because it ain't working. Let's fix it. That's the thing right there. It's just if it ain't working, let's fix it. Let's put it proper. Okay, that's really the best thing to do. Fix this part here. Let's go and fix that wheel. I guess it should come under here. There. Let's get a little bit of orange, because that orange now should be here. And a little bit of your orange here. Yeah, like that. This has got to come in though, so. But let's fix this part, because this isn't right. This is bugging me. Let's get that line, should be coming here. There. That's better. I think I just couldn't see understand what I was painting. That happens sometimes. You just don't know what you're painting. Your imagination wants to fix it, and you really don't have any business fixing it. You just gotta paint it as you see it. And sometimes that's hard. It's very hard. So let's go over here and fix this here. I got a small line here. There, I like that. All right, things are starting to slowly come together here. I want to go a little bit higher here, and we need to go darker. So let's wash out the brush. Let's clean it off, and let's regroup and make this darker here. I think I just needed to go, and then let's go pink over here. I think that's a little bit better. Put a line over here, and it's got to be lighter. Let's go over here. Let's put this in, and that goes more here. Yeah, this goes over. There's a bright spot over there. Let's see if we can fix that. Maybe help pick this out. And we'll just okay. I'm really in the mood for deconstructing this a little bit. Really am. I feel like I just need to destroy some areas in order for this to really kind of work. So we're just gonna simplify, I think, should really be the word for this. And try to get things to go. Sometimes having a tool that really doesn't give you a lot of control helps make some sense out of things. All right, yeah, we're gonna we're going to destroy a little bit there. All right, now let's go and rebuild some of this. And try to be very objective about what I'm doing and what my purpose is. Okay. Let's go in here and knock some things back. Put some things here. See if we can make things work. I think that's that thing that I've learned is to build, destroy, and then you're not fearless. You get to be fearless and being able to make decisions that you normally might not make because you're afraid, oh, it's perfect and I don't want to mess it up. But knowing that you've painted it once, you can paint it again, kind of gives you confidence to do it again and again and again and again. And then you, at some point, you stop worrying about perfection and then worrying about, am I doing what's right? At least this is my thoughts behind this. So, yeah, am I doing something that's right? Is it gonna worth it? You know. So, I'm more happier with that cop car. It's not quite there yet, but it is what it is. I think I should move this down back here. And yeah, I think this really needs to go here. Push this further back. And then even this has to go further back. So yeah. Yep, I think there's all kinds of things here that I'm just missing out that really would help if I... So painting upside down doesn't always help you. Sometimes it hinders you, and sometimes it doesn't, so we'll see. I think that's a little... No, it's still way off. I think the car is way off. But, you know, I don't have to paint exactly as the photo, so I'm not worried about that. All right. Let's get this here. And no, it's got to be darker. Let's make it darker. Mm-hmm. There. It's a little bit. So let's put some signs out the way they should be. And see what else we can do here. We need to get some more white soon. Okay, a little white there. Okay, let's, I want to lay in some areas here that are darker, and I'm going to go with a little bit of a thinner, how do you say it, bristle that's not as heavy. So this is a synthetic hog's hair, and I'm hoping that'll let me go a little bit darker and a little bit more controlled lines. at least get some stuff out the way it should be. Pushing things back. Oops. Yeah, there we go. It's weird. There. No, I need to also work on that cop car a little bit, because that cop car there. It's almost there. Well, of course, we're going to figure out, let's do this. Let me put some more white in there. I'm going to need to go grab another tube of white soon. But I think I got enough in here to get what I need done. At least for here. Okay. Let's put a little bit of red. How are we doing on time here? Yeah, it's about right where I thought. I'm at 9:26. I'm stopping at 10. I'm going to try and stop at 10. Be really good about that. 10 Eastern time. And just, oh, that's too dark. I mean, too light. Let's make it darker. It's too dark. It needs to be darker than that. Fudge. Alright, let's try this. So I'm just going to there. We'll go a little bit darker down below. There, that's better. There's a little bit of highlight over here, but I can't quite figure out what it is. I think it's blue. You need to go in there and get a blue one. Should be almost a little bit of green, because I want to go in green there. Yeah, let's go ahead and put some green in here, and if I can jazz up the store a little bit, the storefront, so to speak. Blue, yellow, there. Let's see if we can get this to work. Okay, I kind of like that. It's working a little bit. Need a little bit more highlight here, though, so we'll pop. It's a little bit too much. Ugh, too much. Delays. Yeah, that's welcome to my world. Delays. There. Let's make that a little bit darker here. All right, and a little bit of. Let's see if we can fix this red part here. There. Ooh, I like that. That worked. Yeah. Need a little bit on the side. Put a little bit orange, red. There. put on here. And there. That came out pretty good. I like that. Let's curve it just a little bit. There. Now. And then let's see if we can put a little bit of a highlight there. Right on the hubcap. Right about here. Just like that. Let me see. Other wheels. Yeah. Could be a little bit higher on the other one, so we'll do that. Yeah, there we go. Now it's starting to look like a cop car. That's the way. That's the ticket. That's the ticket. Anybody remember that SNL skit? Was it Tommy? Oh, I can't remember. Tommy. Oh, what was it? Tommy something from SNL. John Lovitz played it. The character to a T. It was an awesome, hilarious. So let's go over here and pull this out a little bit. We're going to put a little bit of highlights. Something about that that's kind of cool. See if I can get it go the other way. Yes. I like that. That was fun. Alright, this has got to be brighter. So I may have to switch to the other brush, but I'm going to at least see if I can, yeah, just to kind of pop it in a little bit. Get this door to look like it's, you know, those blue fluorescent lights, but I think I'm going to need a palette knife, honestly. I really do. I think I'm just going to need to palette knife that thing. Yeah, let's see here. I'm going to scoop up here. Let's try this. Yeah, I think that's better. Maybe. I'll scoop another one. Okay, better. Not the best, but better. I'll take that as a start. Let's see if we can kind of make this. Something I did in the other one that I think really helped. Let's see if it'll work for this one. Kind of give it the idea of these signs imprinted. What do you say, back glow? Yeah, I think that's it's getting there. And then now I just need to, with it flat, to put in some of those lines I wasn't getting in earlier. See if I can get it to. Oops, that's not good enough. Let's put in some medium here. Yeah, that works good. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see what else we can do here. Let's see about smoothing this out a little bit. Yeah. Okay, happy with that. Let's see. We're going to put that line there. Then we're going to go in the pink. Push it out a little bit. Blue and crimson. We're going to push this out here. Yeah. And of course, here. And here. See if we can get some interesting. Yeah, this line wasn't right either. So I may have to go fix that. Let's go with orange. And let's go here and dull it down a little bit. It wasn't what I was hoping for. So sometimes painting upside down can get you to throw things off a little bit. Of course, it doesn't help that this has a little bit forced perspective. So we're going to fix that a little bit here. Throw in some red. Try to keep it loose. There. Put some inside things going on in here. And yeah, just kind of give it the idea that something is going on in here. A little bit of yellow. Let's put that over in here. And there. Now let's take a brayer and okay, let's go and fix this up a little bit here. How are we doing on time? I got 20 minutes. Just under, or just over 20 minutes. We need to really boogie along here. Put a little bit of a glow down this here. Yeah, and a little bit right there. Yeah. All right. Let's see where we are now. Okay. Gotta fix this line here. That is still not working. That's a little bit better. Okay, let's go ahead and do some darker tones on here. Throw a little bit of brighter tones here with red, and crimson. We'll just, right there. Put some Let's see how we can fix this a little bit. Just a little bit. That's one thing about this light underneath is like if I go sideways, it really picks up a glare. That's my only pet peeve about this. You guys are getting it too, so I'll see if I can adjust that light a little bit. It's not making much of a difference, so I'll just have to make do with what I've got. Do a little bit of cross with a little bit of alizarin crimson. Yeah, just looking fun though. So let's see if I can thread this needle, so to speak, and get some actual fix the proportions on this thing that just didn't really work out here, at least the way that I wanted them to. And this should be darker, so let's go and make that darker. Let's make this all darker here, because as far as I'm concerned, you're not really seeing it. And then just pull out a little bit of highlights. So let's do here and here. And go a little bit darker over here. And let's bring this like this. Try to fix a little bit of that. A little bit better. Gotta carve in here some. Make that believable. I see there, so let's pull this down there. We'll pull this over here. Sometimes you gotta go with get the hang of a brush that you're not used to doing, but you gotta do it just because of the fact that, well, if you spend too much time on it, you're not gonna get a painting done. You're just gonna end up, how do you say, working on details and you may not want to. See where we are now, 15 minutes in. Oh, I've lost everybody. Nobody's watching. Right, let's figure this out. We're gonna put in a sign here. So let's get small brushes. Not too small, mind you. I don't like that. Alright. I may still build this up a little bit. I mean, not build it up, but you know. We're going to dirty up the edges real quick so I can begin putting lettering in. So what I'm looking at is just the basic shapes of what's there, and then so that I can kind of get the hang of what needs to be there. If none of this makes sense, hopefully it'll make sense soon. Okay. Let's add some white in here. Let's start hoping I can get everything to fit. And I'll rebuild this and tear this down over and over again, so this isn't the first go. So, hotel. And let's work on the height, and I have to massage some things that aren't working and just kind of carve it out a little bit, because that's what happens. Sometimes it doesn't work the way you want it. You gotta make adjustments. Like the T needs to come down. And the O needs to come down here. Let's bring it in. T. T. O comes over here. Then we need to put more of a defining middle. So I hope this explains as far as how I build and destroy a little bit. All right, let's see how this goes. So put some reds. It's a little bit hotter in there. There we go. There we go. Starting to feel interesting. So, a little bit harder to talk when you're trying to do lettering. How are we doing on time? I've got about 12 more minutes. There. I think I need to push that E more down, but we'll see here. Yeah, let's put that E and then push the L down more. So we'll do that. And then add a little bit more here. Cover it up here. Close the distance there. So this is what I mean by being able to build and destroy as needed. And then of course there's a Nazareth sign up there, but I'm not sure what color I want to do that yet in. maybe we'll get a little bit blue. We'll get them here. Because I feel like it should have been a different color for sure. It should be like a, yeah. Yeah. But it's really too small to worry about trying to get perfect. Now I remember, okay, there was a better clean sign than this, so let's put this. This is going to be more yellow and orange. I got to add orange. And I think that's really going to be it right there. So we'll go ahead and put orange here. So we've got, oh come on cap, what do you get in? Sometimes I swear they make these caps terrible. They just make them hard to get on, and then they're messy, and you can't get it on. It's a giant mess. All right, let's go to, yeah, we're gonna go here. Clean the brush a little bit. There we go. And let's go ahead and add a little bit more orange. There we go. Let's make this, we're gonna make this sign stick out a little bit, and I'm gonna fake in some writing in here because I just feel like it needs it. Because originally, now that I don't have it in front of me, but the original sign was more like a marquee here. There's a little bit of a light, but I don't know if they had a light there, so I'm just gonna, we'll see. Okay. Let's see what we can do now. So we're gonna go a little bit darker on the corners here, and I want a little bit of blue. I like that coolness. It's right about there. And then end up right about here. And put a little bit of pink / red residual over here, because that is definitely what's going on over here. Yeah, that feels better. And let's see here, what else can we do? We can get some, let's get a little bit of some interesting things, shapes here. There's a little light there. I want a stronger light there, just a little bit there, and come down there, and a little bit that ghost lighting here. There, make it look like a street across the street, sidewalk, ghosted in. These are the fun things I like about this. It's just slowly starting to build things. I'm going to put a figure here, but it is not going to happen here, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's add in a little bit of some lights underneath here. There, now that's starting to feel like an inside. So this is getting fun. Maybe a little bit of variances here. Too much, and it's gonna look, we gotta have some variation here. Too much there, so let's yeah. little bit. They can't. This can't be stronger than this, so we're gonna dull it down just a little bit. Maybe a little bit of highlights on. That's where the counters are. Yeah. Or how do you say the aisles? The top of the aisles. Something like that. Something like that. Okay. Let's add in. Yeah, like that. Some reflections. Make this come alive. There. And a little bit. I don't know. Maybe a little bit there. Okay. Let's go to dark. Oh, I need to fix that cop part here. The cop. There. That seems better. Now I gotta go over here and let's add some of that highlight, because the highlight from the side's gonna be on this. And it's gotta be a little bit more redder. Let's try that. Let's try. There we go. No, I like that. That works. And just maybe a little bit of highlights from here and here. Yeah, this is all starting to feel pretty fun. Pretty fun. So we're gonna bring the sign there and here. Probably outline a couple of things. Gonna make some darker areas. Got a little bit more pure orange where that do not walk is. I may have to go and touch it back up, but we'll see if we get there. That works for now. I'm gonna go with a little bit of purple. Here. No, it's gonna have to be orange. And darker. Yeah, let's go ahead and fix some of that up. It's gonna be darker here. We're gonna mix this in. Let's add a little bit of I like the idea of it getting to disappear up here. I like that idea of just things just disappearing up here, like you don't really get to see too much of the windows, if you will. So we'll see how that goes. Right now I'm not gonna worry about that. We're just gonna, I'll figure that out. We'll see later. So we are at, what time are we at? I got 2 more minutes. So let's see what I can top off here real quick, just for fun, because I only have a few more minutes. I think I want to pull this one out just a little bit, because it's actually a sign. And there was this sign here. We're gonna make it a little bit pop out. That's a little bit better. It's not quite there yet, but It'll get there. And we'll put a little bit of some signs here. Kind of some windows here. And like I said, this is a pretty complex scene. And I painted upside down through the rough stages of it. So it's not too bad, not too shabby so far. I can't actually, I'm not sure I have pink or, yeah, I think I should have this wrong. Let's have this as pink. Let's get over here and let's see if we can make that a little bit of pink. There should be a sign. It really should be there. Like that. And then we'll have some other stuff here, but I'm just gonna, this is kind of like where you make a little bit of mess, so to speak. I know there's a stop sign here, so I'm not a light here, so we're gonna put a light right there. And a little bit of Wilson crimson there. And then I'll figure out later. So, here we go. We are at 10:01. Not too bad. This is a 12 by 16 painting. So this was fun, even though it was an absolute disaster and I lost everybody. Painting by myself again. So, but it is what it is. What can you do? So, just want to say thanks for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed this. I'll go ahead and turn around so you guys can see me. Oh, there we go. I can't seem to even get this right. All right, so thank you for tuning in with me today. It's been a blast. I had a lot of fun. I'm actually pretty happy with what I got, so I'm going to edit this together, probably throw it in as a little bit of maybe a time lapse as well. But anyways, I will try and have my act together next time. I'll probably do a couple surprise ones. I really wanted to do that last time, but time got the best of me and I wasn't feeling my best today, but I did get in and get some painting done, so I'm happy about that. And so anyways, I just wanted to just leave you guys with, hang in there. If you guys are painting, just keep at it. Keep pressing the paint to the canvas. Put the time in, because that's all this is putting the time in and getting things done. So have a great night, and I will catch you guys later.